Welcome back. Good evening. You're watching Nation Wants to Know and I'm Swati Joshi. Terroristan has been completely exposed once again. Times Now has accessed two videos that nail Pakistan's lies. Your channel has accessed a video of terror guide Haji Arif in the Hizbul Mujahideen bunker. The bunker is located in Bhimbar Gali across the LOC and the video was shot on the 25th of November, a day before security forces eliminated the one who facilitated infiltrations. In the second video from 26th of November, two terrorists dragged box full of arms belonging to Haji Arif, who was neutralized by the forces, which was in fact first meant to be pushed inside the Indian territory, but was later seen being dragged to the Pakistani side to remove the trace. We have guests joining us on the broadcast. We have Tuhin Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP, RSN Singh, author and an expert on national security, and Majid Hydari, a political analyst. I want to first begin with Majid Hydari. Majid Hydari, Haji Arif, a terror guide, was neutralized by the Indian forces. In the video, there is proof of him in the bunker of a terror organization being given full backup and support of Pakistan. Now, people like RSN Singh and all those who have been exposing Pakistan would say there's nothing new in this, but this is an eye-opener for those who continue to talk about dialogue with Pakistan.
Well, Swati Sahiba, very recently, this month alone, we had 7 killings of army personnel in Manipur. This month alone, we had a grenade attack in the garrison town of Pathankot. And just yesterday, we had a similar kind of attack in Kashmir. So I would say India is headed to be, I'm afraid that India is headed to be Syria and courtesy RSS policy. See, this is the problem with the RSS governance. Our country has become so weak, so fragile that we have a threat from all the sides.
Mr. Majid Hydari, don't forget that top commanders of these terror organizations have been neutralized by the forces in the valley. The death of the civilians, the killing of the civilians have been avenged by those forces who are on ground providing security 24/7 to people like you who reside in Jammu and Kashmir. And you're saying that India is moving towards turning into Syria?
Yes, exactly. Because from northeast to north to the western side, from all the sides we are being surrounded by terrorists, as you say.
Right.
And
so,
it's happening only
instead
because
of
of the
blaming the
RSS
terrorists,
policy
you
of
would
government.
rather blame the country and you'd rather blame the forces.
Not the forces. RSS is not a force. RSS is an NGO which needs to be banned because it has spoiled our country.
My questions are specifically related to the terror incident that has once again exposed Pakistan, but then of course your interest lies elsewhere. Majid Hydari, I'll bring in Tuhin Sinha to respond to that. Mr. Sinha, go ahead.
Swati, I take strong objection to India's comparison with Syria. Only an enemy of the country can compare India with Syria. You know, there has been a 41% decrease in terror incidents post the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A. And in the last few years, almost all important commanders of LET, Hizbul Mujahideen, have been eradicated from the valley. So I think these are clustered elements. In fact, I was in Kashmir in the last week of October and speaking to a senior police officer. You know, now there is a new phenomenon of hybrid terrorists, the first-time terrorists, which are very few in number, because of which these, standalone incidents are reported. But I'm sure we will get the better of them. Islamic radicalization is on the, it had been a big problem, but we have combated it. And it is very shameful that people like Majid, come on your show and compare India with Syria. These are
not just compare India with Syria, but he's finding your arguments really funny. I don't know what's so hilarious, Majid Hydari. But we are also highlighting content of a letter that was issued by the Pakistani army to Haji Arif, who according to the Pakistani army is a civilian who has been given a free run, a free pass between the army headquarters and the LOC and the terror launch pads. And in the videos, his movements have been captured. Despite all of that,
my humble submission is, why has my country been made so fragile?
Will blame India.
Why is my country so weak? From northeast to north to west, everywhere we are being surrounded by what you say terror. Why is this happening in the country at the moment? Why? This is my humble question.
You need to blame those who are sheltering the terrorists, those who are brainwashing them, those who are using them against your country and not your country, which is a victim of terrorism. Majid Hydari, I want to bring in RSN Singh. So the victim here is being blamed and not the terror perpetrators.
You're creating a nuisance over here, please.
No, So what has been said is, this reference to Manipur and what is happening. Well, we have our own set of threat perceptions, and we are situated also between Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent. So much of what has happened, because in the Manipur was part of Golden Triangle, and what is happening here is also a plus jihad plus narcotics. Of Pakistan is the ringmaster of this. But let me also tell you, and please listen to me very, very carefully. It is my firm conviction that our troops who are deployed on Indo-Pak border or the LOC, they are not fighting an entity called Pakistan. They are fighting jihad. And our men who are deployed on Indo-China, Indo-Tibet border, they are not fighting Tibetans. They are fighting communists. And therefore, that has resonance even within our country. And that resonance, you see, it manifests into, people clamoring for, talks with Pakistan. You call them underground, overground, whatever it is. But this is the actual threat perception that the country is facing. And there, again, it is my firm conviction that your internal, that is a third front, actually feeds into your external front. And the people who come on, I don't want to name anybody, people who come on your debates, who are trying to be, apologetic about Pakistan and China, well, they are also part of the third front. So this is a threat perception, and we are doing a fantastic job. The security apparatus of this country is doing a fantastic job. And let me remind people that when we got independence, there was no Pakistan and there was Tibet. Tibet was a buffer state. So straight away you inherited 7,000 kilometers.
No, is this a monologue?
10,000 kilometers. No.
Even you were given ample opportunity, sir. So do not judge the time that is being given to others. Mr. Majid Hari, have some patience.
The problem is that you don't want to listen to facts, and you are only bluff and bluster. Your knowledge level, I don't want to comment on it. The country is watching what I am saying and what you said. So don't please leave it to the anchor. And be decent. Decent at least to people who have invited you on the channel. Should I keep quiet? Go ahead. What do you want?
No, let's take a counter for Majid Hydari. Majid Hydari, not just are the terrorists being neutralized in who are present or attempt, and then some of them are successful in infiltrating, but India has also conducted surgical strikes on the Pakistani soil, in the Pakistani territory. Is that a sign of weakness?
Madam, my problem is that why is terror being linked to religion? Why is it being said that it is jihad? Did we have a jihad in Manipur when 7 Assam Rifles personnel, including the major, were killed, including the colonel, were killed?
I said
was there a jihad when recently a grenade exploded in Pathankot? Was there a jihad in Gadchiroli?
Did you hear the argument that was being presented by Arsene Singh? Did you hear the argument that Arsene Singh was presenting?
China is camping on our territory. Do we have a jihad in Arunachal Pradesh where China is camping on our territory? Kindly enlighten me on all these things. Is China also jihadi who has made its colonies inside my country?
Seek this clarification from the terror organizations who call it jihad themselves, who use terms like Ghazwa-e-Hind.
No, madam, the problem is you are diverting the attention towards jihad when our country has been made fragile. What about Arunachal Pradesh, where China is residing in my land? What about Ladakh, where China is residing, camping? It has invaded my country in Ladakh. What about that?
Invaded the country.
You are silent on all those
Invaded
aspects.
the country.
You only know one thing,
China has invaded the country.
for the sake of it.
Invaded the country, Majid Hydari.
Yes, it's a military invasion in Ladakh for the last 1 year.
He may like to be in denial, but he should remember, I don't know whether he has a memory problem, he should remember 18 January 1990, when a genocide was enacted. Kashmiris. That is why we call it jihad. From that day onwards, Kashmir, unfortunately, because of certain sections of people and with the help of Pakistan, has been the hub of radicalization, which only grew in the last 10 years. Had it not been for the way we eliminated the Hizbul Mujahideen and
Sir, more Muslims have been killed in the last 7 years in the name of Tao vigilantism.
Mr. Majid Hadi,
You know,
it's not
Tao
about,
Hatya has been a
it's not
reason
about
for
how many people
killing
of which
more
religion
than
have been
19
killed.
more
Here we are
Muslims
talking
than the
about a
number of
common
people.
enemy. Here we are
19
talking about a
Kashmir
nation that is
funded
only
Kashmir.
interested in destabilizing India, only interested in using terrorists against your country. And that's why you should be united in
can I come
slamming
in?
Pakistan. And when you talk about being surrounded on one side by China and one side by Pakistan, it's those countries, their hegemonic attitudes and the fact that they back terror, that needs to be called out, that needs to be named and shamed instead of calling your country weak. That's all the time I have. Thank you very much, Rajan Singh, Majid Hydri and Tuin Sinha for joining us.